me. Like, I feel so sick. Like, you bitch, you were holding me.
I be sliding on these tight beats, make it talk like who she.
What's up, you guys? It's Daniel's World, and I'm back in with another motherfucking video. With that being said, let's get into the video. Okay, so before we get into the video, yes, I bleached my eyebrows. I have new glasses. I have new hair. I'm different. Yes, I'm different, bitch. Let's get into it, okay? So, the big announcement, I am moving over to another channel. This is gonna be my main channel, and then Zania Vlogs is going to be my second channel. That's where all of my vlogging, get ready with me's are gonna be, so that it could be separated. I feel like a lot of my subscribers that are on Zania's World are very story time. They want the tea, they want the drama, they want the life updates. They don't give a fuck about the vlogs. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just want the people who admire me and actually want to see content like that, like every single week. I would rather them go over to the other channel and have like a separate channel. So every Sunday, I will have a video on Zania's World and Zania Vlog. So today's story time is going to be a life update. It's not even a story time, it's just a life update, because the last video I did for a life update, I was crying. I was boohoo crying, sad as fuck, and everybody was looking at me sideways because bitch telling me advice. Please don't give me no advice. I was a dumb bitch who got love bombed. Everybody knows that. It's okay. So how have I been since that video, or since the situation went on? First off, I want to say this right now. I was very distraught. I still am very distraught, but it's in a good way. It's in a healing, and it's in a, oh shit, I was only with you because I didn't feel my own feelings, and I did not heal or take accountability for the things I should have taken accountability before I got with you. Because if I did, I wouldn't have been in that situation. I'm telling you guys. If you take the time, 5 minutes out of the day to say shit, the reason why I did that is because I did this in my past, and because I didn't have a father, okay? Because a lot of shit is always back to them abandonment issues, and always you didn't have a fucking daddy, okay? And one thing that I have learned since that breakup situation that I'm also learning is my fear of being left. I always said I had abandonment issues, but I never worked through them. I never had discipline as well. Like, for me, I don't know how to say no, okay? Before the fear of, oh my God, I'm not gonna meet anybody who likes me or looks at me, or I'm not gonna meet another friend. No, if you have standards and boundaries, who gives a fuck if that person tries to leave you and does not wanna be with you any fucking more? And I'm starting to realize that I need to stop not holding other people accountable. I don't allow people to be held accountable. I just wait around and I think about them all the time, and I'm like, fuck them, until they come back. And then that's when you get to situations where I'm just like, oh shit, oh he's back, Mr. Weirdo's back, the guy who was stalking me's back. Because I didn't do the work to get over them. I didn't do the work, inner work. I just moved on, and when I was faced with it, I took them back, or I allowed them to disrespect me the fuck again. And I think that's dumb as hell. So I have realized that I do not allow people to be held accountable, okay? I only hold all of my actions accountable. Like, what did I do wrong? And I just think of all their emotions, and I don't think of my own. Why am I not thinking of my own? Why the fuck do I give a fuck that you are sad? I'm mad. You made me mad, okay? And while we're on that topic, some weird shit happened to me, right? So, hypothetically, and this is not about anybody specifically, I'm not saying it was an consensual situation. I'm just saying it was a very weird fucking situation I was just recently in. So I had somebody who came to me and said that they wanted to be my friend. They seen that I haven't been on Instagram. They seen that I have not been on social media, and thought that I blocked them. But I was like, no, I'm just going through something mentally. Like, I just broke up with that guy. And then he asks me about him. So I'm like, oh shit, okay, that's cool. So I move on. And the next day, like, they asked me, like, do you ever want to hang out and, like, go out together? Mind you, I have a lot of homeboys in Atlanta and in Arizona, gay or not, or straight. I was able to be alone with all of my homeboys because we only look at each other as fucking friends. Nothing else. Like, they're never on any weird shit. So I felt the vibe, okay, maybe he does like me, but I don't think he does because obviously he's not going to try to make a move. This is just somebody that wants to be my friend. I gotta stop thinking of every man as just trying to come for me because of my recent situation. Okay? He ends up like asking me like what time did I get off, or all these kind of things, and I'm just like, this is this, and we combine schedules and we're like, okay, cool, like we can hang out today. So he ends up coming over to my house because he has family in his house. He comes over to my house. Okay, cool. I'm not saying nothing about that. Comes over, and then we all started talking about drinking and like just talking and like having a vibey night. Like, I'm thinking, oh, this is just my homeboy. We're gonna drink at my house and we're gonna have fun, right? Not have fun, but like talk. So I start drinking and he starts drinking, and he's asking for consent. Like, is it okay that you're drinking? Are you okay that you're drinking? Are you okay that you're doing this? Are you okay if I say this? So I'm just thinking, oh, this is really just my homeboy who's just looking out with me and looking out for me and wants me to feel like okay and good and comfortable. We then like are sitting on my bed because I don't have a couch in here. If I had a fucking couch, we would have been sitting on the couch, but I don't have furniture in my house yet. All I have is a bed and 2 chairs in the kitchen. But I was like, I don't want to sit on those unstable chairs. Let's just go back to my room because you're a friend. Like, I don't give a fuck if we sit on the bed together. We then are drinking and I start getting tipsy like off the fucking bat, and we start talking about my relationship and what I was going through. And he starts asking me like specific questions, like about me and his sex life. Like, did you suck his dick? Did you like giving head? Are you a giver or are you a receiver? So I'm just like, ha ha ha, like this is just my friend. And then he's just like, oh, so how freaky can you, what are the freakiest thing you ever did, or what do you like to do? So I'm just thinking, oh, like, he means no harm, okay? So we keep drinking, and then I tell him he used something that I told him in privacy against me. And he's like, you don't have to tell me if you don't want to. And then once I start getting a little bit more tipsy, he starts going, so what is it? Is it this? Oh, da-da-da. And just starts like, basically wants me to tell him exactly what he got out of me. So I told him, because I'm like, you're my friend, so I'll tell you. And I know you're not going to tell me, but I said that verbatim. I then tell him, and he's like, I still accept you, all those kind of things. And I'm just like, okay, well, like, I don't really care if you accept me, you know what I mean? So I start going in a little bit more, and I'm just start crying. And he says, I think you need a hug. I hug him, pull away. I'm still crying, and I'm talking about it, and he says, do you need another hug? I hug him, pull away. I'm crying, like wiping the tears off of my face, shit face drunk, and I'm like, oh, so sad. And he goes in, like he says, let's get another hug. I go in for another hug, I pull away, he starts kissing me. I consent, because he's not an ugly boy, but I'm also like, I consent to everything that happened, but I also am like, this is some weird shit. Why wait until I was drunk and crying to kiss me? And then after that, like, he starts like pushing my head down and being like, do what it do. And we don't have like sex or anything like that, but I remember like sitting there and just being like, oh, so like, how long have you been wanting to do that? Like, you know what I mean? And he goes, oh, since December I've been wanting to do that. What? Since December? But you just came here talking about you wanted to be my friend and you wanted to be there for me and just learn more about me, but you waited until I was drunk to kiss me, you know, and do all of these things, you know what I mean? So then I'm just like, oh shit, like, okay, so I'm just sitting here and I'm looking at him and he's like, oh, since December. I'm like, okay, I thought you were cute and like I would talk to you, but I never was like, oh, I'm gonna plot on him to fuck him tonight. And I'm sitting there, we're just talking, and then he starts going into like, okay, I see myself being in a relationship with you, but not right now. Hopefully me and you could keep this confidential and don't tell nobody. Telling my YouTube channel, don't give a fuck. Don't tell nobody, don't do all of these things. And I'm just like, okay, cool, like I won't tell nobody. And then he starts going like, you like, and then he starts like going like, so he starts basically describing what a situationship is. He starts going like, oh, we're gonna be together one day. I can't tell what the future is. I don't know if it's gonna be in a year, 2 months, or 3 months. But if me and you fuck around, we don't tell nobody about it, and we could be like, it'll just be us. And I'm just like, okay, like I'm drunk as fuck, and I'm just like, I have not fucked in like a month and a half, like since I left that man. And I'm just like, okay, maybe we can have a sexual relationship. And then I like went to sleep and got sober, and I just thought about how, even though I did consent to all of it, I just thought about how weird the situation was. And then I started going into more depth of like, that's just weird, And I finally text him and I say, hey, I don't want to be in I don't want to be in no type of situation with somebody who doesn't want to be in a relationship, or that is, you know what I mean, doesn't see themselves with me, you know what I mean? Even though he said he sees himself with me, I don't want to be with nobody like that. And he says, oh, I respect it, can we still be friends? And just to keep the peace, I say yes, okay? And I remember just talking to somebody about it and just being like, that was a weird situation, like that was disgusting. And I just start beating up myself because I'm like, why did I let this happen? Knowing that like I didn't want this to happen. Even though I consented to it, I didn't say no. You know what I mean? And that's my issue, is that even though I am fully aware of what is happening, and I'm saying like my mind, like my body is telling me yes, my mind is like, no, Zania, no, you cannot do it. And even in that particular situation, I could have said no, I don't want to do it, but in my mind I'm like, I will never meet somebody who will like me ever again. And then the next day I'm making excuses for him, and I'm making excuse after excuse, and then I'm just like, then the next day I'm like, don't have no type of self-discipline because I feel bad. Because I'm like, oh shit, like he's didn't do anything wrong to me, and I'm just blowing it over proportion. Maybe he actually did want to be with me, but he's just not ready. And I feel bad for all of these people who have done me wrong. Just like the person that I was talking to, that I was in a love bombing situation with, I just felt so bad for him and his emotions. And I just keep thinking about how he feels, and how if he's probably sad and he's probably mad at me and angry, but it's like, why can't I allow people to be held accountable and stop caring about people leaving my life? The issue is that I don't have any boundaries because I don't want anybody to leave me. But the real thing is that I don't care if it takes me to have 1 million friendships, okay? If I am consistently having to make excuses for your bad behavior, I don't want to be friends with you. I don't want to be in a relationship with you, and I don't give a fuck about being alone, because it doesn't matter if it takes 2 months, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. I will find better friends, and I will find better, okay? Like, this is why I'm going on my celibacy journey, you know what I mean? And just not fucking or not fucking with nobody or having sex, and just like focusing on what I want and what I need and who is Zania. Because I'm only getting older, I'm not getting younger, and I can't just sit around all day and just, you know what I mean, care about how other people feel about me. Fuck your feelings. How am I feeling? Okay? And yeah, like, that's what life has been like. But I'm still celibate. I've not had sex. I have not had sex yet. And I don't think I'm gonna have sex for a while. Like, I'm really just sitting down and healing. And even this situation has taught me, like, not having any type of self-discipline, not putting myself first. And I don't even think I'm ready to allow new friends or new relationships in right now. And that's okay. So with that being said, I love you guys and bye.